Welcome back to The Perspective. We're speaking to Sindhen, the new Nightlife app. So you're launching in Jakarta. Where else are you going to go in Indonesia?
After Jakarta, we're planning to go to Bali. And then after Bali, we'll explore maybe Bandung and Surabaya. But if there's not enough venues there, then we might skip that altogether and look throughout the Southeast Asia region, maybe Singapore or even Thailand.
Do you think regional cities that are getting a lot of investment development, you might look at Balikpapan as an example, with a lot of resources wealth, generating a much more, well, a very different city with a lot of new property, a lot of money going in there. Do you look to these cities as possible? Well, I mean, you do look as possible revenue streams, but outside the major Jakarta cities, do you see this functioning in somewhere smaller, but still the smaller towns scattered around Indonesia, or do you think it's limited to big city life?
It might be a bit difficult because of the logistics aspect. We have to have people stationed there, for example, having to maintain the relationship. So if it is not past our threshold of, say, number of venues, it may not be worth our resources to actually enter that market. Having said that, it really depends on city to city. Some cities have a very strong culture of not going out, for example. So even no matter how developed it is, maybe their nightlife industry will be limited to things like karaoke rooms and those type of entertainment businesses, not necessarily nightclubs where they advertise events, for example.
Yeah.
So in those places, then I probably wouldn't, we probably wouldn't enter.
Yeah.
But as I said, it really depends on the city.
And in terms of developing the app, where do you see expansion going? I mean, would you, right now it's places that open at 10 p.m. After 10 p.m. that serve alcohol.
Correct.
Would you make it a restaurant app?
I'm really like no. Essentially no.
We won't. Yeah.
There's already a lot of restaurant-focused app out there. You've got your Crave, you've got your Zomato, you've got your Abra Resto, you've got there's so many out there that is focusing on restaurants. We don't really want to taint our brand either because we want to be seen as nightlife specialists.
Yeah, we want to be seen as a nightlife specialist. And the reason why we started Sindhen as well is because there was a lot of apps out there and websites for restaurant bookings, but there wasn't any for nightlife, for the nightlife industry. So that's why we want to focus on the nightlife aspect.
What about services to clients that you may offer in the future? We talk about dealing with packages with venues and deals that they do. What, aside from finding their locations and going there, what can a user expect in the future? Or I mean, what ideas are you entertaining? Could they organize a party through Sindhen? Or is it?
So that's actually phase 3. Skip phase 2.
Yeah. Take us through the phases.
Okay. All right. Phase 1 is a bit, what we have now. So it's a directory. You can book tables already. You can look at their drink list even. And we also have the photography aspect. So where we go to different events in Jakarta, take pictures of them and then post it on the app, and then they can check it out and share whatever. Phase 2 is we're incorporating more of the social aspect. So each user will be able to speak to each other. You can organize, invite your friends within Sindhen to go to a certain event or share the deal and everything like that. And then I guess phase 3 is what you mentioned. It's you can organize your own event, make your personalized night.
Yep.
It is in the pipeline.
Yeah, and so is event ticketing. So there's a lot of events going on now in Jakarta, such as Jakarta Warehouse Project or the one in Bali, the Dream Fields, that's the one. Yeah, so maybe we would explore that so that users can maybe book tickets through the app and pay through the app as well.
Do you see yourself linking up with other applications, something like Uber for a night out?
Could be an option.
Yeah.
Could be an option. I think we had a conversation with a similar company like that, but yeah.
Can you reveal it?
Not at the moment, nothing concrete, so
okay.
Not really. Sorry.
No worries. Can you talk a bit more about events?
Yeah.
This, where do you see that going in terms of people organising it, people using Sindhen to get it done? Can you expand a bit on the role that you expect to see the app play?
I think with mobile ticketing, I think it's much safer because it eliminates touts. So it's easier for the user because they can just buy the ticket and then go to the event and they can just scan it straight from the phone. So it's from that aspect, I think it could help a lot in the ticketing for the ticketing method of events.
I guess in terms of the market and the user perspective, I mean, I personally don't know much about what events are out there without the app. You know? So it does really open up to completely new markets for each venues, for example, to capture. Say you're a jazz bar in some minute place in Jakarta Barat, for example, and people around you don't really know that there is a jazz bar and doing jazz events and things like that. So it really does help them gain more traction in terms of the users as well.
Yeah.
We're going to take a very short sequester, but we'll be back in a moment.